Official looking, sneaky direct mail. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. We like to talk about tactics, strategies, and principles that can help you in your business. So much of the time I've been focusing on principles, but I wanted to kind of try something a little bit different here and talk about some tactics. So when you're promoting your business, it's a good thing to look at all options, especially the stuff that's not as sexy, that's not as new and modern, the stuff that's been around forever. That's the stuff that sometimes works better than the new stuff because no one else is using it. In fact, some of the oldest tricks in the book, so to speak, can be really profitable and useful for getting people's attention, which is really in the end what it's all about. It's all about standing out. So I've got this is a letter I received. I set it aside. I got this quite a while ago. I set it aside to be able to talk with you about it and just never got around to it. So I am going to open it for you, but I want to show you something. It's a large envelope. It has my name and my full name and everything here, and it says Oregon, which is the state I live in, notification of eligibility, and my name, Brian J. Pombo. It says right there. So let's to fold along this perforation side here. Open it up. I'll show you what we've got. So there we go, right there. A nice little certificate. Now it turns out this is from AAA. AAA, and this says AAA Life Insurance Company. So this is going to be a pitch for AAA life insurance. You know, most people don't understand this, but AAA is an incredibly sharp business model. If you're not familiar with it, the main draw to AAA is to pay on a yearly basis so that you have access to roadside assistance. That's kind of what their bread and butter and what they're famous for. But they have all these other things that come along with it. And once they have you as a member, they advertise to you on a regular basis all the other deals that they have going, which is probably really where the big money's made, like life insurance. Similar to something like, let me see here, what was the other one I was thinking of? It'll come to me. There's another club that you can belong to that does the same thing. Once they get you involved, they just go after you over and over again. So it's a very official looking certificate. Notification of eligibility. Brian J. Pombo is eligible to request term life insurance at group rates available only to AAA members and their spouses. Once you've applied, complete this for your records. If approved, you will receive a certificate of insurance. I've applied for blank, blank, and blank, so it has a little thing for you to fill out. As a AAA member, the state of Oregon, you're eligible to apply for. Okay, it kind of goes into detail, a little letter. Everything is very personalized to me, which is great. That's really good looking. Kind of draws a person in, requires a lot of reading. You would think that something that requires a lot of reading wouldn't get a lot of attention, that would draw people away. But when it comes to something like this, if a person's either interested or not interested in life insurance, they either have life insurance or they don't. If they do, they better, they're probably looking for something else. If they're going to read this, otherwise no one's even going to be interested. But if they are, you got to give them lots to go through, and then they've got the coverage selection chart, lots of things to look into there. AAA life insurance. What's next? A little pamphlet, benefits, guarantees of this term life insurance. A little more bulleted material for people who are quick readers. Nice and fancy. 31-day risk-free review. Very straightforward, but they give you just a big old pack. And then finally, group term life insurance application, so that it's already partially filled out with my name and address. I probably already showed you my address. It's my business address, so it's no big deal. No risk, no commitment for 31 days. And here's another, this is a common model. They make it look as though it's lined paper. The person I know that was famous for doing this was probably in the 90s when Ron Paul ran for president, had a famous fundraising letter in which it was nothing but the yellow, like off of one of those pads, a yellow line pad, handwritten, that they just went and photocopied. And it pulled so much attention across the market. I don't know if he came up with that. I've heard of that over and over again. They kind of did a similar thing, except it makes it look like it was actually done on a typewriter, as if anyone actually uses a typewriter. But it's still a font that gets attention. No risk, no commitment for 31 days. When you return your application in this postage paid envelope below, you're not risking anything. You're not committing to anything for 31 days. Just trying to get one last chance. So they got the envelope here. They even got the return address just for me. Really make sure every piece here, except for this, has my name on it. And in many cases, an address. Very well done. I'm sure this piece does very well for them. But it comes down to the numbers. They have the money. A large company like this has the money to send out a lot of this stuff. And they already know how many people are opening it, how many people are going to buy it. They know all that. They've got all that information. You've got to know whether it's going to work for you based on your numbers. How many can you send out? How many people actually have to open it and pay attention and do whatever the thing is you're asking them to do, that call to action. Very interesting piece. It's something you can learn from, especially the what gets you to open it. It's an oddly shaped envelope. Doesn't give you any information on the outside. Honestly, it looks very official, which is a different way of doing it. It's got the pre-sorted postage up here, so that pretty much tells you it's advertising. Got an address back here, but no name of a company. There's no way for you to know until you open it up. And that curiosity, especially since they have a nice little open window here with your name popping out, that curiosity draws people in. It's something to really keep in mind. Yes, with direct mail, but really with anything. If you're talking email, anything else, if you can make things look official, if you can have a curiosity piece to it that really draws people in, people will do it more often. It's not a sure thing. It's not a for sure thing. It comes down to, how good your list is and everything else, but you got to pay attention to these type of simple ideas to help make your tactics better, especially when it comes to direct mail. Hey, that's all I have for tonight. Go check out my book for more larger based strategies that you can use across the board. 9 ways to Amazon proof your business. When I'm talking Amazon proof, I'm talking making it competition proof, where even Amazon.com can't stop you. It's all about standing out. 9 ways to Amazon proof your business. You can go and purchase it off Amazon.com. They actually let it on there. Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or any of the bookstores. And you can go to AmazonProofBook.com for a free copy. Free digital copy. That's all I got for tonight. You have a good one. Get out there and let the magic happen.